months are being re-educated and imprisoned. Food supplies are restricted and morale is low that life has become unbearable for many. The streets are full of military prisons and the air is full of terror and grief. As of Monday, 9 young Tibetans had dosed themselves in a petrol and set themselves alight to draw attention to the disparate situation in Tibet. Practically the monasteries, 5 of them have died. Yesterday in Kanzi, Dawa Tsering, another Tibetan Buddhist monk, set himself on the fire in a protest at Chinese dictatorship rule. A wireless on a fire was reported to be chanting, demanding the return of His Holiness Dalai Lama, equality and freedom in Tibet. Tibetans all around the world have held hunger strikes, protests, prayers meetings, vigil. That those who love the Dalai Lama, who respect or follow Tibetan Buddhism, and those who feel connected to Tibetans and Tibetan culture will stand up for Tibet and try to bring an end to persecution. Free political. Free political. Free political.
This plight of Tibetans, their stifled cries screaming for international mediation and resolution. China has already proved again and again that it is both unwilling and incapable of effectively resolving this issue alone. Meanwhile, lives are being needlessly lost whilst the world turns a blind eye. I would like to name the youths who became human torches to call for help for Tibet. Lobsang Punzo, 21 from Gidi Monastery, Naba, set himself on fire on 16 March. Teong Nobu, 29 from Nyatso Monastery in Tao, self-immolated on 15 August. Lobsang Gesang, 18, and Lobsang Kuncho, 18, both from Gidi Monastery, set themselves on fire on 26 September. Gesang Wangshu, 17, also from Gidi Monastery, set himself on fire on 3rd October. Kain, 20, and Chimpel, 19, both former monks of Gidi Monastery, self-immolated on 7 October. Nobu Dangdul, 20, former monk of Gidi Monastery, set himself on fire on 15 October. Tenzin Wangmu, 20, from Dechin Choko Ling Nunnery from Ngaba on 17 October, and Dao Tui, 38, from Gangi Monastery, Gangi in 25 October.
From the Tibet Chinese Friendship Association. Today I come here to show my support for the struggle of the Tibetan sisters and brothers. I have a lot of things here. So you know what kind of suffering the Tibetan people have to make people set in the fire. You know, it's a very hard suffering. You know, under the Chinese communist regime's ruling, the Tibetan people have lots of suffering. We have, they have lots of record, including the youngest political prisoner, the 11th Panten Lama, and all we can see it on the TV, the Chinese PLA army shooting on the young child. They try to cross the border to escape from Tibet. So all these things made us, made many, even Chinese people, so very, very sad. So we come here to fully support the Tibetan people's struggle for keep their culture, for their struggle for their life and for their the right, human right, for the right to using their own language in the education in the homeland, to find a job in their homeland. The same thing not only Tibet happen in many places and the Chinese community zone, including Xinjiang. The people in their own land, they even can't a proper job if they don't speak Chinese. They only speak their own language. So this totally doesn't right. Many Chinese people in Australia, they think, we have a right speaker Chinese in here, right? The Chinese paper in here. I think we have the duty to make more Chinese people to understand the human right, understand people have the equal right with other people. So this is why I come here and to show our support, and we against we are coming enemy, the dictatorship of Communist Party.
They too should have the freedoms and the women's rights taken for granted by the young people around the world.
I would like to ask all of you to think about how you would feel if you were Tibetan. What course of action would take to help your fellow Tibetan inside Tibet, to try save your homeland from destructive exploitation, to try to protect the major water supply of the world from pollution and damming, to stop the genocide in Tibet, Tibetan culture and language, to bring an end to the military rule.
On Thursday, 27 October 2011, a protest and prayer vigil was held at the Sydney Chinese Consulate in Australia. Tibetans gathered to pray and to protest against Chinese policy in Tibet of severe restrictions and consistent use of military force. It is this severe oppression inside Tibet which has triggered the recent acts of previously unseen desperation calling for help. There is now an urgent and ongoing global call to action until something can be done. Tibetans and their supporters in over 60 countries around the world are holding prayers, vigils, protests, hunger strikes, etc. Anything that can be done using peaceful means to call world attention to their plight. For some reason, international media coverage on recent developments in Tibet has been scant. The Sydney Tibetan youth in Australia was so devastated and moved by the selfless actions of their fellow youth in Tibet that they spontaneously organized these two events themselves. Many young Tibetans as young as 11, but mostly teenagers and early 20s, spoke in public for the first time. A difficult task when filled with such overwhelming emotion. At both events, support and heartfelt speeches were also given by Chinese representatives from the Tibetan and Chinese Friendship Association. Outside the Chinese consulate yesterday, Tibetans of all ages joined their voices to chant protest calls against Chinese policy in Tibet. Calls of "Long live the Dalai Lama," "Stop the genocide in Tibet," "Human rights in Tibet," and "Free Tibet" rang through the air as many cried in grief for the young lives self-sacrificed in such tragic conditions. At the close of the event, the whole gathering united in a dirge of prayers and mantras. Both events conveyed a public and deep emotional acknowledgement of an incredibly heartbreaking situation.
Nam